Dreamscape presents Half Moon Bay by Meryl Sawyer, narrated by Emily Beresford. The best way to love anything is as if it might be lost. G.K. Chesterton. Prologue. Character determines fate. Amy Conroy crouched in the dark shadows behind the stop-and-go gas station, silently repeating her mother's favorite saying. Once, the words had meant little to her, but now she was convinced the motto had given her courage, and the will to survive. Beside her, a rat scuttled out from under the trash bin. He sniffed her toes, then slithered across Amy's sandals, his long tail brushing her bare leg. She remained rigid, holding the little dog to her chest. It was almost midnight. If the right car didn't come along soon, they would be forced to hide until tomorrow evening. She had exactly 23 cents left in the small tote she had slung over her shoulder. It wasn't enough to buy a bag of popcorn to share with Jiggs. In their cross-country trek to Florida, she'd scavenged in trash bins more than once. She could do it again. "All right, Jiggs, check that car. The perfect trunk. And Dade County license plates," she whispered to the dog. "It's going our way." An older model sedan drove into the gas station and parked at the side of the building near the restrooms. Amy had observed this countless times during the 3 weeks it had taken her to make her way to the opposite side of the country, where Dexter Fox could never find her. An attractive blonde got out of the car and hurried into the Jiffy Mart. A few agonizingly long minutes later, the blonde sauntered out, the paddle with the key to the ladies' room in her hand. As she struggled with the lock, Amy got a good look at her. The woman was Amy's size, but a little taller, and her blonde hair was slightly longer than Amy's. She guessed the blonde was a bit older than she was, 30 or perhaps 31. There was a hardness about her, a brittle edge evident in the grim set of her mouth and the angry way she shouldered open the door. Amy quickly looked around. The coast was clear, then dashed up to the car. The pit of her belly clenched, the way it always did when she was hitching a ride. "Get a grip," she muttered to herself. Glancing over her shoulder one final time, she popped the lid of the trunk, praying it was empty. It was. "No barking," she cautioned the little dog, who rarely barked. Nothing more than a small notebook was in the large trunk. She put Jiggs down beside it, and he scuttled to the corner while she looped 50-pound test fishing line around the latch. A second later, she was inside and had the lid closed. Phew.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?